Turkey. This is the voice of Turkey. This is the voice of Turkey. This is the Voice of Turkey's English language transmission, broadcasting from Ankara in the 49-meter band between 1930 and 2030 UTC on 6050 kHz to Europe, between 2130 and 2230 UTC in the 31-meter band on 9610 kHz to South Asia and Australia, between 2300 and 0000 UTC in the 49-meter band and on 5960 kHz to Europe, Eastern USA and Canada, and in the 31-meter band on 9660 kHz between 1730 and 1830 UTC to Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, Uzbekistan and Turkmenistan. The Voice of Turkey is also beamed between 0400 and 0500 UTC in the 49-meter band and on 6125 kHz to Europe, the USA, Eastern Canada and Cuba, between 0400 and 0500 UTC in the 41-meter band on 7240 kHz to Iraq, Syria, Iran and the Arabian Peninsula. You can listen to us over the Turksat 3A and 4A satellites and on the internet at www.trt.net.tr through the Voice of Turkey link. Please note that transmissions broadcast between 2300 and 0000 UTC and between 0400 and 0500 UTC have been pre-recorded. Our email address is englishdesk@trt.net.tr.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello. Today is Friday, the 5th day of March 2021. This is the Voice of Turkey and you're listening to the news. The 11 Turkish soldiers martyred by a helicopter crash were honored by a military funeral service on Friday. Besides the martyred soldiers, including one corps commander, 2 other soldiers were also injured when a military helicopter crashed in the eastern Bitlis province on Thursday. Contact with the Cougar-type military helicopter which took off from Bingöl for Tatvan district of Bitlis at 1:55 p.m. local time was lost at 2:25 p.m. The military funeral was held in the eastern Elazığ province for 8 Corps Commander Lieutenant General Osman Erbaş, Technical Sergeant Nazmi Yılmaz, Colonel Şentürk Aydın, Lieutenant Salih Sarıoğlu, Chief Master Sergeant Mehmet Demir, Master Sergeant Ömer Umutlu, Lieutenant Captains Tayfun Kureş and Gökhan Uysal, Staff Sergeants Şükrü Karadirek, and Specialized Sergeants Tolga Demirci and Hakan Gül. The service was attended by National Defense Minister Hulusi Akar, Chief of General Staff General Yaşar Güler, Deputy Interior Minister İsmail Çataklı, Elazığ Governor Erkaya Yerik, Bingöl Governor Kadir Ekinci, other commanders, families of the martyrs, and other officials. Following the funeral, the bodies of the martyrs were sent to capital Ankara for a state ceremony, which is said to be attended by President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. 2 soldiers wounded in a helicopter crash in eastern Turkey are in good condition, the country's national defense minister said on Friday. 11 Turkish soldiers, including a corps commander, were martyred and 2 others injured on Thursday when a military helicopter crashed in the eastern Bitlis province. Pope Francis is scheduled to travel to several parts of Iraq from March 5th to 8 in his first ever visit to the country. The Pope will be welcomed in an official ceremony at Baghdad International Airport. Francis will meet with Iraqi Prime Minister Mustafa al-Kadhimi in a hall at the airport where special figures are hosted. Later, he will be welcomed by Iraqi President Barham Salih at an official ceremony in the Green Zone in Baghdad, which hosts Iraqi government buildings and many foreign embassies. Francis is scheduled to meet with representatives of non-governmental organizations and diplomats. He will visit Sayyidat al-Najat Cathedral in Baghdad, where dozens of people were killed in a terrorist attack in 2010 during a religious ritual. The Pope is expected to make a speech and meet with Catholic and Syriac opinion leaders there. On the second day of his visit, Francis will travel to Najaf province, where he will meet with top Shia cleric Ali al-Sistani. The meeting will be closed to the press. Francis will also visit the ancient city of Ur, which lies in the outskirts of the modern city of Nasiriyah. Ur was an important Sumerian city-state in ancient Mesopotamia, which is believed to be the birthplace of Prophet Abraham. There, the pontiff will address the world by making a speech on interfaith tolerance. He will return to Baghdad in the evening to hold a religious ceremony at St. Joseph's Chaldean Church. On Sunday, Francis will visit Erbil, the capital of northern Iraq's Kurdish region. In addition to millions of people dead or displaced, the economic cost of the decade-long Syrian war is more than $1.2 trillion in lost gross domestic product, GDP, according to a new report by humanitarian aid group. Even if the war ended today, there will be $1.4 trillion in additional consequences of the war through 2035, said the report. Too high a price to pay, the cost of conflict for Syrian children, released Thursday by California-based World Vision International. If the impact of the war on the Syrian children's health and education is added to the cost, the figure goes up to $1.7 trillion, the report said. The group also said that the life expectancy of Syrian children has been reduced by 13 years. Yet despite these losses, humanitarian aid to Syria over the last 10 years amounted to $19.4 billion, or just 1.6% of the total economic cost. As a result of the war, since March 2011, fully half of the Syria population has been displaced and 40% of them are children. The overall civilian death toll from the war is estimated to be close to 600,000. A civil war has ravaged Syria since early 2011, when the Assad regime cracked down on pro-democracy protesters with unexpected ferocity. According to UN estimates, hundreds of thousands of people have been killed and more than 10 million displaced. Los Angeles Lakers forward LeBron James and Brooklyn Nets forward Kevin Durant announced their rosters late Thursday for the 2021 NBA All-Star Game. Team LeBron starters include Giannis Antetokounmpo, Milwaukee Bucks, Stephen Curry, Golden State Warriors, Luka Doncic, Dallas Mavericks, and Nikola Jokic, Denver Nuggets. Starters taking the court for Team Durant are Kyrie Irving from Brooklyn Nets, Joel Embiid from Philadelphia 76ers, Kawhi Leonard, Los Angeles Clippers, Bradley Beal, Washington Wizards, and Jason Tatum, Boston Celtics. Durant himself will miss the All-Star Game after suffering a left hamstring strain. The All-Star Game is set to be played on Sunday at the State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia. And that was the news brought to you by the Voice of Turkey.